Welcome back to Beyond the Blockchain Radio. I'm your host, Zach from Subway, and today we're diving deep into the king, the apex asset, the digital gold, Bitcoin. Not just what it is, but where it's going and why it's one of the greatest financial inventions in human history. All right, so let's get into it. 2008, the world was collapsing, banks failed, trust died, and in the middle of the chaos, Satoshi Nakamoto dropped the Bitcoin white paper. No team, no pre-sale, no marketing, just a solution to the core problem. Money had to become broken. So Bitcoin introduced something the world had never seen. Decentralized money, no banks, no middleman, no political manipulation, a fixed supply of 21 million. This wasn't just technology, it was a reboot from the financial system. Hey, if I mess up, we'll keep going on this one. Bitcoin solves every problem the traditional money and even gold struggle with. Forever cap 21 million Bitcoin, move millions in seconds down to million sats, most powerful computing network on Earth. Instantly, it's worldwide. Gold is great, but you can't email gold. Fiat is convenient, but governments inflate into dust. Bitcoin gives you digital scarcity, something the world has never seen before. Scarcity backed by math, not politics. So, Bitcoin for me is one of the best assets ever. And people get it twisted, right? So I'm speaking to you not as financial advisor, but just as my opinion. Now, through the world, we've had, great ideas, great aspects that come in the world that make people millionaires. Now, Bitcoin was a great idea, just like gold, just like Amazon, just like Apple, right? So it's hard for me to have a portfolio with 90% of my assets not so great, right? The risk is too high there. So why not put your money into an asset class that is a great invention, great idea that will stand the test of time, right? Obviously, if you want to 5, 10, 20 extra money, altcoins are a great investment, but they move with Bitcoin. So really think about it. Your portfolio should be mostly Bitcoin and the rest are, you know, I'll call them pretty much scary assets. So, you know, this space has evolved into a bunch of different sectors. You got AI, you have, let's see, real world assets, you got meme coins, all kinds of stuff, NFTs. Sorry. But at the end of the day, your risk tolerance, you know, it should be less risky. I mean, I see people taking money out of their paychecks every week, investing in high risk assets, thinking they're going to 20, 50, 100x their money. But, this is in 2021, right? We have a lot more tokens, we have a lot more saturation in the market. Right now, the thing that's fueling the market is institutional demand. So, institutions are what's holding it up right now. They make a move, the market just goes with it. So the less risky asset would be Bitcoin. Like, it was never meant to be a digital gold. It meant to be just peer-to-peer transaction. That's where people get twisted. But unfortunately, people they make these assets what they are, right? So, you know, I called the top, I think 125 Bitcoin. Talk about all the time that you should be taking profits as the chart's going up, not when the chart's going down, right? You should invest when it's low and you should sell when it's high. I mean, it's really that simple. People, I think, complicate things too much. Some of the best aspects to look at if you're new to investing into, crypto and learn this technology that we have, follow some of the big whale wallets. It's pretty easy. We can get into that more in different videos, but for me, want to make a video about Bitcoin because it's right under everyone's nose, but I bet you 90% of crypto investors don't even hold it. And they think they can't afford it. I mean, $10 a week, you know, just automatic. You can do it on Coinbase. You can do it on other platforms. Just invest slow and steady. I mean, yeah, the guy that got into Bitcoin at $1 doesn't mean he still holds it, but yeah, I mean, it was new technology, it was new wave. That's what makes billionaires, right? But over time, you know, Bitcoin is going to do very, very well, right? It's a better asset than gold. I don't see why people even buy gold. Like, it's hard to store. You can't carry it. You can't, fly with, 100 pounds of gold. Try getting on the airplane, with more than $10,000 worth of gold. The government's going to confiscate it. But you can freaking get on an airplane, fly with this phone, and you could have $100 million and no one needs to know. So I think it's a really good thing. But, coming back to Bitcoin, man, I could just take this in so many different directions. I guess the point of this video is, at this point of the cycle, you need to, well, you don't need to. This is just my opinion. You need to stable up some high risk assets and kind of put them into less risky assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, the stuff with the ETFs, right? The inflows of money is coming in, the outflows are going out. Right now, we're getting to the end of Q4, tax season's coming, so I can see why the market's dipping. Now the question is, definitely put it in the comments. Do you think Bitcoin's going to hit 130K before it hits 70K? Or are we looking, to retrace more? And definitely subscribe to the channel like this. I'm kind of just going off the top of the head. I have nothing written down, just giving my thoughts and opinions on the market and where we're at. And I just think Bitcoin is undervalued. I know a lot of people want to get into crypto and just become rich overnight. It doesn't work like that. It takes hard work, dedication, and if you got a full-time job, right? I'm going to give it to you straight. If you got a full-time job, you can't afford to put your money in a high-risk asset, like I would say 5 to 10K market cap projects, because by the time you come back from work, that project's either rugged or you're the last one holding. So if you're that type of investor, my suggestion would be, hold the top assets where you can sleep at night, and a few swings, 2-3% here and there is not going to affect your portfolio. If you're a degen and you trade all day and that's what you do, that's different, right? But if you have to take your eyes off the chart, I think a low cap, altcoin, really low cap, 10 to 15 to 20K is very, very, very high risk, right? And obviously don't invest more than you can afford to lose. This is crypto. It's all high risk assets, but everything is a risk. Driving in a car is a risk. I could get hit, I could get an accident. It's all a risk, right? But no matter what, even if you're making 2, 3, 4, 5%, within a year time on Bitcoin, it's still better than what a bank will pay you, right? And you have to leverage your money for you and make your money work for you. So, I just want to talk about Bitcoin a little bit, where I think it's going. I think we're going to retrace a little bit before, we'll go up. This is a trader's market right now. I think the top's in for this cycle. I think we're going to have a very, I would say, less bear market than before because institutional demand. They're not going to let everything tank, So I love Bitcoin. I love what it's about. Yes, it's a slower chain, but sometimes that's better, right? If I'm moving $100 million, to someone, I would rather have it be a little bit slower and work than be very fast and have a hiccup, right? Within the blockchain. We don't want that. And the best part is you can send money overseas. You can send it anywhere without a middleman. That's what Bitcoin, that's what the idea of cryptocurrency was all about. Peer-to-peer transaction. It's that simple. Can't go backwards. Every move forward is great. And I think that's where we're moving in the direction of crypto and all this technology coming out. We'll get into more videos about different altcoins and different sectors of this space, but I'm just so bullish about all of it. I'm bullish about Bitcoin. I'm not a maxi. I just see the value in a great asset, right? I need to invest my money into something great, not something good, something great. Good assets will be less percentage, but the end of the day, man, Bitcoin is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And wait until the supply shock hits. That will be the true catalyst. China printing money, United States printing money at the same time could be the influx and inflow of liquidity that we need to see a good altcoin rally. But that's about it for Bitcoin today on the show. Definitely subscribe, like, put in the comment section what you think, where the Bitcoin price is going. You can tell me I'm an idiot. I don't really care. Let me know your opinions on the market, Bitcoin, and what altcoins you like to see. I'm definitely going to make some videos on some altcoins coming up, but we'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day and definitely enjoy investing.